Hey there party people, today's a video that's been a bit in the making, as it's filled with art. I have commissioned 7 artists for this one so that I can introduce you all to the 7 masters of my Holy Grail War, which may or may not get written and put on AO3 as a story Fate Unwritten Lines. No promises on that one. But still, thank you to all of the artists. Each was amazing to work with, and you can find each of their links in the description below, and their names will pop up when the art is shown. So be sure to give them plenty of love. Now, 2 masters you've already met before if you have been watching my content for a while. One even got a full video, but I will touch on everyone a bit. So without further ado, let's go over who will be participating in this incomplete Holy Grail War. Context for that name in a future video. Going in traditional class order, we'll start with the Master of Saber, Claiborne Mycroft. I first introduced her in my update video for Brian Baru, as my fan servants will be the servants for this story. For Miss Mycroft, she is a mage from the Association and an ex of Maya Hanagami, the story's protagonist. Maya actually used poor Claiborne for her own goals, and when the Holy Grail War popped up, she would steal the catalyst of Hua Mulan and leave Claiborne in the lurch. However, Claiborne wouldn't take this lying down. She is the current head of her family as her father recently passed away from an illness, with her family's magecraft focusing on astral projection. Initially done as a potential path to get to the root, it's found more use in spying and as a way to attack unseen. This has given the Mycroft family a healthy mix of respect and scorn, as they accumulate wealth and knowledge, but are seldom seen as trustworthy. But through these accumulated assets, Claiborne would pull on many strings to get a catalyst for Brian Baru and hunt Maya down. Admittedly though, Claiborne may be 6 feet tall, ripped as hell, and is from a shady family, but she's really quite the hopeless romantic softie. She tries hard to be scary and by all rights can be, but she can never keep it up for long. Next, for Maya Hanagami, master of the archer Hua Mulan, I have an entire video about her, so you should go watch that. But I will give a brief summary for her here. She is a practitioner of traditional Japanese magecraft, hailing from a thought-to-be-extinct bloodline. With a disdain for modern mage society and mystic eyes that allow her to learn any magecraft she sees, Maya is hell-bent on turning everything on its head, no matter the cost. She's a woman that will throw away her own need for a happy life if it means her goal can be fulfilled, to be scorned so that the better future she imagines can be made. Also, as a quick note, I feel the need to point out the very important distinction between Maya Hanagami and the Maya that is my YouTube persona. I am not, nor will I ever be playing the character of Maya through this YouTube persona. I will always be me. It's just that Maya has become something of a mascot, and I am owning it. So this mascot Maya has a key difference from her original story counterpart. She doesn't have a beauty mark. So remember, all you potential fan artists out there, the line between your favorite YouTube personality and your favorite character in my Fate fan story is quite simply a single dot at the corner of the mouth. And seeing as we both are your favorites, you really should be liking the video and subscribing to the channel to get more of us. But enough with the playful arrogance, let's continue on. For the first new character I'm introducing, it's the Master of Lancer, Safi. She is actually a homunculus from the Atlas Institute, part of a project to recreate sage arts in the modern age. Although she has not reached that yet, thanks to years of research into lore and rituals from India, China, Greece, and Scandinavia, as well as homunculi creating techniques scavenged from the defunct Einsburn family, she is the closest that has been achieved. Her maker sees the final push being her obtaining the Holy Grail, in order for her to realize his dream and possibly go beyond it. And so he sends his precious daughter to Hokkaido. And it should be noted that this particular Atlas mage does truly see Safi as his daughter, as she has more autonomy than your typical homunculus. Something about the human spirit and freedom of expression being needed to truly reach Sage Arts. People think he's crazy, but it means Safi makes a lot of her own choices, such as her outfit, even though her main goal does lie with her creator. Next, we have the youngest master, Klein Fisher. Initially, he was never even meant to be a mage. He's an orphan from a discredited mage family that was abducted by the last remaining member of the Mato family, Zoken. He was meant to be both a mana source for Ryder and a means for Zoken to further his life. However, things went awry for Zoken when Klein's prayers for help acted as a catalyst during the summoning. Saint Nicholas was summoned instead of who was intended, and the saint performed his miracles by transferring the command seals to Klein and smiting Zoken where he stood. Klein doesn't really understand mages or the Holy Grail War, but does understand that he can get a wish if he wins. He's still pretty young and doesn't grasp the seriousness of participating in the ritual, so St. Nicholas makes sure to keep a close watch on him and protects the boy fiercely. Although, Klein's involvement could very well be a major factor between a good end and a bad end for this Holy Grail War. Only time will tell. Now for the obligatory not a mage participant. Arashi Omotsu is the daughter of a prominent Yakuza boss and another of Maya Hanagami's ex-girlfriends. Despite an amicable breakup that was mostly her decision, Arashi has regrets over that and has decided to hunt Maya down in order to get her back. While trying to piece together where her lost love could have gone, she ends up in contact with a mysterious Catholic nun who tells her about the ritual Maya is participating in. The nun gives Arashi a catalyst so that she can participate in the Holy Grail War and become Master of Caster, Dante Alighieri, who she gets along with surprisingly well. She has no interest in the Grail itself, but will fight tooth and nail to make sure Maya loses and comes home. One would think that she's in way over her head, but she's quite unflinching and can handle herself very well. While not a mage herself, she is familiar with magecraft as her father has made use of mystics himself. Overall, it makes her quite the wild card in this, all things considered. For the Master of Assassin, Sachiko Sawasaki, she was actually born to a currently prominent mage family which had gained power after absorbing the Tosaka family in the mid-2000s. Born as Daichi Sawasaki, she was disowned by her family for a multitude of reasons. She lacks a great amount of skill with her magecraft, her family specializing in transmogrification, and she can really only use it to change her own body, which she is constantly doing as she is unable to do any kind of permanent transformations. The mental capabilities to keep it up, regardless of the situation, does belie her potential though. She ends up accidentally summoning Dorian Gray while working on an art commission of all things. Goes to show that you shouldn't use actual magecraft books as reference materials. Sachiko is initially very against participating in any kind of ritual, especially one so dangerous. But after being told about the perfect wish that she could receive if she were to win, well, that's just too good of an opportunity to pass up. And so this poor, shy, meek girl gets swept along with the whims of a capricious and devilish assassin. And finally, we have the most magey mage of the bunch, Marsden Blade Alcult Jr., Master of the Berserker. Marsden's family has a long and storied history, but recently had a surge of relevance thanks to him. He's been a prodigy since birth. Indeed, his magic circuits are uncommonly strong, and he was once fast to learn things, even able to win duels against older mages from even older families. But since becoming a teenager, he stopped applying himself, coasting on talent and wealth alone. Now, as a young adult, he can be dangerous, but has no real-world experience and is also a dumbass. Point is, he is flying by the seat of his pants and is in way over his head. And he is not much helped by the ever-curious Pandora getting him into more trouble than he truly bargains for. Will going through this experience help him grow as a person, or will it be the death of him? Ultimately, that is his choice in the end, but he may have bigger problems than being in the crossfire of a love-hate triangle. And with that, those are the 7 masters of the incomplete Holy Grail War. I made sure to drop a lot of fun, contextless tidbits throughout to get you all curious, so I hope you don't mind that too much. I will be making more videos about the story that will expand on the world building, like what happened to the 3 Fuyuki families and things like that. Feel free to ask questions if you can't wait for more, though I won't be giving any big reveals, sorry. But I do have a question for you. Which master do you like the most? I know that I only gave a little taste of them, as this is really just some introductory stuff, but I am curious about what your first impressions are. And also be sure to praise all of the artists for their amazing work. Once again, all of their links are in the description, go give them some love. I really do hope to make more about this story further down the line, so please look forward to it. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time in the void. Later.